This is a security announcement. All units to the parade. It's another clown fight.
This is a security announcement. It's in the vents. Do not go in after it. That's what it wants.
This is an announcement. There will be an announcement shortly. Hutton Orbital Radio, the only radio station to give you time off for good behaviour. Hutton Orbital Radio News. Tune in every Thursday and get the horn.
Everything's gone a bit weird at Hutton. The comm settings have got stuck in some archaic old Earthing language, and no one can work out how to reset them to Galactic Standard. Rather than searching back through the archives to find the user guide for the comm system, which dates back to the original construction of the station, the Huttoneers have decided it would be easier just to learn the new language instead, and can be heard shouting Dimrada and Borada to one another in cheerful voices. The pub is now called the Tavern. The budget clones for you is now called Siop Clone. The mini golf has changed its name to Golf Mini. McThargoid is now Bootsy Bergiers McThargoid. Eddie Lee Wise and Sons plus his daughters is now called Emporion Eddie Lee Wisa I Vibion I Verched O Gained Dechat, which sounds much grander. There has been some disagreement about the microwave in the staff room, though, C shift are calling it the poppity ping, while D shift insists it's called a popty microdon. Blows have been exchanged. Even Gus the Clown has joined in and is enthusiastically shouting, Fernesi Roy Rugida di Vam, to any and all he sees. No one knows what it means, but it sounds friendly and he's always smiling when he says it. The big screen in the tavern comes to life and a confused voice says,
Ma ein Mikrofon an, wie o. Croeso. That's welcome. I'm Sandy Crevice, and that's all the Welsh you're getting from me.
Carfachion, siaradwyr, Cymraeg. And will my finger do?
My drugi am Guinea. I'm the apology officer.
Hello. I'm Norma Snockers, and I just did a bit of Welsh too.
I'm Mike Rochburns, and could this be a case for Mulder and Scully?
Okay, I think you've all suffered enough now. We'll do the rest of the show in English. "11 can wait."
So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain that dear perfection which he owes without that title.
Don't get your rocks off too early, as it won't count.
Mods strikes down Hutton presenter.
We have got news of Commander Sulu.
And I've got a big list of what to do and what not to do this week.
First this evening, we bring you news that the Galactic Inspector of Vehicles and Surveyor of Hulls, Internals and Thrusters, that's colloquially known as the Give a Shit Directorate, have put the kibosh on the release of the new Lakon Type 11. After the chosen test audience comprising of a number of streamers, plus of course our very own Commander Flossy, took a number of the early prototypes out for a spin, they reported a number of side effects that some of them reported. Caused... what does that say? Sorry, I'm going to start that again. They reported a number of side effects that some of them reported caused them to need the services of the nearest infirmary, or maybe just a bit of a lie down in a darkened room. As reported by this news bulletin a number of weeks ago, the new Gatling-style mining equipment mounted alongside the cockpit has been one area of concern. Commanders have been reporting the kind of strobe that normally accompanies a banging tune at the local nightclub, as well as a persistent ringing in their ears after firing it. Engineers examining the cockpit broadcast audioscape had not taken into account any acoustic effects transmitted through the hull structure itself, and the combination of the vibration from the firing of the Gatling, as well as the big amount of pew-pew coming from the speakers, accompanied by a light show that wouldn't look out of place along the Thames on New Year's Eve, were a little worrying. Not least of which they discovered that the new mining Gatling equipment was only operating at about 60% of the expected power, and not delivering the kind of yields from rock that were predicted. The concern is that if they solve the yield problem, commanders might be permanently exposed to the kind of light and sound show that one would normally get from a superstar DJ on Ibiza, which of course is under what used to be the Mediterranean Sea, but has a nice dome covering it so the clubbers don't get wet. They have arrived at a cunning solution using dampened mounts, special acoustic insulation, and specially auto-dimming lights reactive side screens for the cockpit, while still being able to dial the power up to 11. Hand in hand with this update, which Lakon says will only take a week, The Pilots Federation have deleted their delete button for planetary installations, saying that the extra week Lakon were taking bought them a little time to build in some auto-defabrication mechanics into the construction sites. The delays were greeted with a mixture of responses from the community. This is what Engelbert Thud, mining specialist from somewhere in the Autocloud, had to say. Well, I don't mind at all. Yes, I wanted the new mining ship, but I want them to get it right. After all, I plan on spending the next 20 years or so sitting in the cockpit doing nothing but munching rocks. Though Martha Grumblesnout from the Galactic Forums had a rather less positive outlook on things. First they make it so I can only buy it with ARCs, then they don't let me buy it at all. It's an outrage. I cancelled all my plans just to get my hands on this, and they've let me down. It's a liberty, I tell you. Who cares if I'll end up deaf and blind on one side? Buck Naked, spokesperson for Lakon Spaceways, was unavailable for comment. Mainly as he's in the infirmary reporting strobe light related funny feelings. But his assistant, Trousers Debagged, said, Lakon prides itself on only releasing fully completed, fully functional ships to market. Where would we be if we published something half-baked? A bit like with the turning circle of a Type 10. There's no rush whatsoever. I mean, imagine if the Type 7 wasn't right when we released it. No one would have bought one. In galactic terms, 1 week isn't a long time to wait. Unless, of course, you're the CG publishing team over at Pilots Federation. But more on that later.
They say a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. Unless, of course, it's the fable Agastinian corpse blossom rose. And that's legally classified as a chemical weapon in 3 systems. And a controlled narcotic in 5 more. But what's in a name? Well, when it comes to commander names, it means your reputation out there in the galaxy. Your first discoveries, your Flimley Wazir graffiti on Guardian ruins, your Thargoid kill record. The thing is, your name, unbelievably these days given how much humanity is out there, is unique. There's only one Flossy. Okay, so there's a Flossy 2 and a Flossy 3, but only one Flossy. Only one Commander Palantir. There are a few spikes, but most of them have numbers after their name. Your name is your passport to fame, though for some commanders, it's their passport to infamy. The Pilots Federation legal department have opened up a new revenue stream. The ability to change your name from the dread pirate Nigel to something that will actually strike fear into your enemies' hearts. A name that conjures in your target's mind an experience with eye patches, wooden legs, and the fear of someone interfering with your booty. Or, if you think very hard when you came up with the name on your pilot's license and rather regret calling yourself Thai Ladyboy 69 in a drunken application for your license, when your name is actually Bob, you can now change it for the princely sum of 500 arcs. That's about the free amount they give you for doing stuff on your ship for about a week or so. There have been a few grumbles. When are there not? Mainly as if you decide you don't want to be Turgid Scotsman 11 anymore. Once you've given up your name, someone else can take it. Meaning in theory, they can go and stand on anywhere first discovered by said Turgid Scotsman 11 and say, "It was me," when we all know it wasn't. There are rumours that a number of pilots have already attempted adopting names abandoned by a number of notorious pirates for a bit of a giggle, and are having to do some very fast talking or risk an extended stay in the kind of penitentiary where dropping the soap in the shower is a dangerous occupation. Though, we don't judge. Maybe that's why they chose it. So, if you don't like who you are, now you can be someone entirely different, all for 500 arcs. And what's more, thanks to the wonders of modern holomy surgery, you can even change your face. But we all know who you are still. Yes, you're Nigel.
It has been one of those weeks over at Community Goals HQ this week. You can tune in later to find out more detail, or not, about what's been going on. But as alluded to in the first article this evening, things haven't been exactly going to plan. In a stunning example of convergent planning, the Pilots Federation Community Goal team may have managed to secure a contract for a new mining initiative to coincide with the release of the Lakon Type 11, which was supposed to be a nice surprise, with some really cool rewards, probably double engineered. However, when Lakon pushed the release of the Type 11 back by a week, someone forgot to tell the Community Goals team. So this week will be going down in history as probably the shortest CG ever. Of course, with the CG having been accidentally published without the benefit of the ship required to take part in the CG, this week over at my office it's all been a bit of a kerfuffle, though you could take part in any ship actually. Eager pilots have read what it was all about, proceeded to load up their fleet carriers with all the materials needed to hit top 10% of contributors, ready for the go signal, only to be told that only things mined during the CG were going to count. Whole planetary rings were depleted, hotspots became not spots. The CG team were up the metaphorical creek without a Type 11. The good news is that the week's extra grace before it's actually published and goes live gives everyone the opportunity to do a little scouting in advance. Prop that fleet carrier in just the right location. Dr. Percival Mint-Torridge, Assistant Deputy Liaison for Cross-Departmental Timetable Synergy of the Pilots Federation, commented,
In hindsight, we may have put the cart horse before the mining laser. Still, think of it as a rehearsal. A really expensive or consuming rehearsal.
Gloria Porridge, Acting Sub-Deputy Associate of Provisional Forward Publishing for the Galnet Universal Editorial and Syndication Service, also known as GESS, had this to say.
We categorically deny any suggestion that the article was published in error. It was in fact an advanced announcement, retroactively mistimed. We consider this a bold editorial strategy, publishing events before they happen, thus reclaiming the narrative timeline.
More detail later on in this show.
Medical personnel aboard Hutton Orbital have confirmed that Commander Vanter has been diagnosed with a virulent case of MODS, Mug Ownership Deficiency Syndrome, a condition known to masquerade as a range of other afflictions depending on the individual's physiological response and ceramic discipline. In Commander Vanter's case, the syndrome appears to have manifested as the 34th century equivalent of the Sol 3 Welsh virus, complete with the snots, the trots, the shivers, the quivers, and perhaps most distressingly for a man whose job involves speaking, complete voice loss, in effect. Medical staff described the symptoms as alarming but narratively convenient, and noted that while his body appears to be valiantly fighting off the infection, his enthusiasm remains critically undermined. The condition is believed to be caused by prolonged disuse or neglect of one's official Hutton mug, which, as all properly briefed personnel know, maintains not only one's electrolytes, but also one's narrative immunity to minor plot devices. It is not currently believed to be transmissible. Commander Vanter, whose dulcet tones have long filled the airwaves with the measured gravitas and occasional innuendo, is now reduced to communicating via hand gestures, disgruntled glances, and a whiteboard labelled "I have opinions." His colleagues report a noticeable drop in studio volume, an increased morale, and mildly smutty asides. Oh, and it means they can actually get a word in every now and again. Lael Wolf has ordered a station-wide mug audit, citing public safety concerns and the rising threat of widespread quiver clusters. Anyone found not actively sipping from an authorised Hutton mug will be forcibly issued one with tea and possibly a biscuit. A spokesperson for the Hutton Health Authority commented.
Mods is a preventable condition. All it takes is one mug, held regularly, filled generously. Commander Vanter knew the risks. He chose alternative cookery. Now look at him. Hydrated, perhaps, but voiceless and full of snot.
No word yet on whether his voice will return, nor whether Studio 5 has ever been so peaceful.
In what has been hailed as a record-breaking demonstration of sheer tenacity, Commander Zulu has been formally awarded the Toughest Pilot in the Galaxy trophy for this year, 3311. Somewhat early, but also somewhat deservedly. The award, normally presented in late December after extensive vetting, a panel of judges and usually a number of dramatic near misses involving Thargoids, federal bureaucracy, or undercooked station toast, there has been unanimously bestowed following Sulu's recent, very real-life extended reboot and repair cycle. Back in July, Commander Sulu performed what can only be described as an unplanned gravity-assisted descent down a staircase, resulting in catastrophic damage to multiple subsystems. Now at this point, I would like to remind all pilots, do check the G-force of a planet prior to landing. By any clinical metric, he was not expected to survive the incident. Yet, in true buckyball fashion, and with all stubbornness of a high-G landing in a Sidewinder, with one of the thrusters offline, he refused to eject. With more alarms going off than a Type 6 full of illicit cargo on after passing a police scan, Sulu was placed in suspended animation. And not a gentle napping in escape pod variety, it was more involved emergency drilling, medical rerouting, and at one point complete system shutdown for over 14 minutes. Family were called, doctors were braced for the inevitable, but Sulu, apparently, and I quote, had things to do. Each time they tried to wake him, he pulled a classic buckyballer move. He rebooted. Eventually, he came back online. No lasting damage, no corruption, just missing 84 days of logs. His driving license, and his birthday. Recovery, of course, hasn't been instant. First came a zero limb control, then pneumonia, then arbitrary infection. To quote medical staff again, it's as if he wanted the full set. But slowly and with tremendous determination, Commander Sulu has begun to rebuild his frame integrity. Arms are online, legs are recalibrating, the cockpit voice log is functioning and issuing very firm orders to never do that again. Support came flooding in from friends and fellow racers, from those who for years had watched him bounce from station interiors, smash planetary surfaces at speed, and explode gloriously, and who naturally assumed he'd bounce back this time too. And they were right. We were told that the hospital room was very dusty when fellow commanders arrived with videos and snacks, and that Mrs. Sulu's eye leakage was definitely caused by either all that dust and definitely not feelings. So today, without further ado, we confirm the following. The Toughest Pilot in the Galaxy 3311 title is hereby awarded to Commander Sulu. The engraving on the trophy reads, for surviving what no pilot should, and returning stronger, louder, and even more likely to crash spectacularly. As of the press time, Sulu is regaining strength daily. He's not walking yet, but in buckyball terms, that's just thruster rebalancing. We expect a full recovery, probably with a boost assist and landing gear retracted. Welcome back, Commander. Fly fast, fly loose, and maybe this time, just one step at a time, please.
Welcome to the Hutton BGS bit, where we sneak into the situation room, shout, "Smell the cheese!" loudly before letting one rip and running out into the corridor. Investment continues in Barnard Star, much as it has for these last couple of months, but with a bit of infrastructure failure to mix things up this week. Other investment systems are Hill Passy, Wolf 359, 36 off Iuchi, LHS 149 and Wolf 630. I won't bore you with the booms. Investment is the same, only much better. There is an outbreak in LHS 3556. We're at war with Fatherhood in California, sector BQ-Y D6. At war with the Amisi Gold Travel Group in California, sector OI-S B4-0. And again, also at war with GD, also at war in GD 99-49 with Life Industry. Battling the Wolf 636 Silver United Group in LFT 1324. Squaring off against the EG Union in LHS 3356 and in Riga. Scrapping with the Star Pilots in Ministry. And in conflict with the Barnard Star Advanced Corp in WISE 1405 plus 5534. Elections are in HIP 21783, HIP 80287, HIP 22633, HR 1529, LFT 142, LHS 3003, Minchcut, Struve 2398, Wolf 1069, Wolf 359 and Wolf 630. Now, that's a lot of waffle, but I bet you're wondering what it all means. If you want to truck it into one of those investment systems or truck medical supplies into, where was it? LHS 3556. If you want to shoot it, then get yourself across to one of those boring systems. And if you want to mission run, then your efforts are best put to use in those election systems. Easy. And that's it for this week's Hutton BGS bit. If you have been affected by the abuses of the Welsh language in tonight's show, please send your concerns with a stamped addressed envelope to complaints@huttonorbital.com.
Is that the one that's attached to a hand grenade?
Shh! Don't tell them.
No, it's the one that goes straight into the shredder.
Yes. It doesn't get straight in. You do get a reply.
No, we just send you back the shredded paper.
What, shredder activated?
No, I think you get a reply. I think
that's
it
the hand
actually
grenade.
sends. I think it sends an automatic reply telling you you're a knob or something. It is
We're
an
going to get so
unmonitored.
many emails this week just to see if that works.
No, because it's an
Cow's gonna kill you.
unmonitored. It's unmonitored. Nobody ever goes into it. Nobody goes near it. That's what it's there for.
That sounds like Cubicle 3.
Yeah, if you're really
That's
upset,
what it sends
then-
back to them.
Yes, but there you go. Yeah, so yeah, it's a great system. So there we are. Was there a live stream this week?
Was it the last Wednesday of the month?
I don't think that
No, that's
matters
not a
anymore.
thing anymore.
It's not
No.
a factor anymore.
Does that still count?
No.
It's
No.
as and when they want to put one on the show. Something.
Yeah, and they didn't want to put
when
one on
they
this
feel
week.
like it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, nothing this week. that we know of?
Well, to be fair, there were some unannouncements. They unannounced the release of the Type 11 on Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
They they announced and unannounced the community goal on Tuesday.
Oh, right.
They unannounced all of the other bits of the update.
Even the one with the
re-announced the naming.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That was exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're good.
I have a bone to pick with the first story, mind. And imagine if the Type 7 wasn't right when we released it and no one would have bought it. I bought one. Type 7, I love it.
It was
my
you.
favourite ship.
You're the one that bought it.
Yes,
The
it
Type
was
7,
me.
the Type 7 still isn't right.
I think
was
I
it?
bought one once.
Yeah.
The
I've got a
almighty
couple of them.
headbutt
I was
machine.
going to say
Yeah.
I got one in storage. Everyone's had a Type 7, right?
Yeah, it's got a massive heat.
But
Is that a euphemism?
Everyone who's realised if they've been doing combat up until needing to unlock, was it Liz? I can't remember the Liz Rider.
Yeah.
And you have to deliver a whole bunch of landmines, and you have absolutely no ship in which to do it. That's the Type 7.
Yes.
The ship of last resort.
No, the ship of last resort is the Diamondback Scout.
you've never flown an ASP Scout, have you?
Oh, yes, I have.
just about to say that.
No, come on. The Ash
People
Scout's a
love
thing
that
of...
thing for some
It's
reason.
a thing of beauty. I did a bit of
Yeah,
engineering on mine.
as long
and
as it's on a
brilliant.
display stand, I have no problem with it.
I did a bit of engineering on mine and it came out really well. Quite,
Is
you know,
is that
Really
a new
well.
euphemism for car compactor?
no!
A
I was
bit
going to
of
say
engineering.
really well.
Fast,
For an Asp
manoeuvrable,
Scout.
decent jump range. It was good.
It was good for an ASP Scout.
It's good until somebody
Well,
sneezes nearby it and the
Yeah,
whole thing crumples.
it's just like Amelia says, it's good for an Asp Scout. It's better than a DBS, I'll tell you that for nothing.
At least the DBS is relatively small and relatively sleek.
Yeah, is it though?
All the exposed wires on the inside of the cockpit, though.
Yeah,
No, you're
but
thinking of
big
the
one's got
Anaconda now.
those- Yeah, the big one's got those as well, though.
Yeah, but in a DBX is literally in the frame of your cockpit window.
Yeah, the DBS is even tinier. Yeah, I always think of it as the Robin Reliant, or the Reliant Robin of the ship world. You know, I could imagine it easily put on along in 3 wheels.
3 wheels. Oh, you got the upgraded one.
Yes, but I imagine the Ass Scout being more of an Austin Allegro or something.
If I'm gonna go for a small ship, I like the Adder. I don't know why. I think the
I
Adder's
quite like
cool.
the Adder. Adder looks like a space shuttle.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
I think that's
and
what
the
I like
cockpit's
about
quite
Or
nice.
Thunderbird 4.
Yeah. I like the Dolphin.
And the Dolphin. I was just about
I
to say
remember
that.
playing
Yeah.
Capture the Mug with you guys years and years ago, and I turned up in the wrong ship because I came in an Adder. I was meant to be in an Eagle or something.
Oh, right.
Oh, there's a
okay.
medium ship.
There's a slight speed difference between them.
Oh, the Eagle is way fast.
Oh, yeah, but you could carry more in the.
Oh, yeah,
Adder,
you can.
And it was like,
yeah.
well, I'm here now, so
So I'm
sorry.
doing it now. Adder.
Yeah. No, the Adder's okay, but if I'm flying a small ship, it's going to be a Cobra.
Yeah, okay. I quite enjoyed the Cobra Mark V. I haven't done much in it, but I looked at it the other week and I was going into wanting to jump it and do something. I thought, that's quite nice.
The Adder comes with a cup holder as standard.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh,
You
that
take
changed-
note of these things when you're in VRC.
It changes everything. And of course, I can't remember the name of it now.
Describe it.
A triangle ship with 2 aerials at the end of the
Third
wings.
Lance.
No, Crate.
Yeah, the Crate Mark II. The Crate Mark II's got a coffee machine and a model Crate Mark II in it.
Very
But does the model Crate Mark II have a model Crate Mark II?
Possibly, I couldn't see on the windows.
You need
So
VR
it
for
could
that.
be so it could be a recursive ship.
It could be, yeah.
So that's what caused the Galaxy to crash.
The Panther Clipper's the same. That's got a wee model on the dashboard of a Panther Clipper. An original a model of the Mark II has a model of the Mark I. So I don't know what's inside the Mark I.
Mark 0.
Possibly the prototype, yeah. And eventually you get yourself back to a transit van. If you look through enough windows. So,
I thought that was the precursor to the Adder.
Yeah. Oh my, that would be. Yeah.
Yeah, you're looking at a Mack truck, really, for the Panther Clipper.
Yeah.
Tell you what, though, the Panther Clipper handles surprisingly well for such a big ship.
It does. I love it. I really
does.
like it. Yes. Nice. And quite fast for its size as well.
Mm-hmm.
And with a good jump range for its size as well.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder why bother with the T9, eh? Well,
Well, if Lakon would ever actually release the trailer attachment that Buck keeps talking about, then you could.
But I'm sorry, but I don't go for. Sometimes I don't go for the specs. Sometimes I go for the feel.
Yeah.
And do you know what?
Type 9.
All the Type
does it.
needs. All the
You-
Type
you
9
like the
needs
barge.
is the advanced,
Yes.
advanced cargo hatches, advanced cargo racks, and it's sorted.
Yeah. If everybody only ever flew the absolute best possible spec ship for a specific role, there'd only be like 4 different ships in the galaxy that you ever saw.
Yeah.
But, I mean, same applies. If everybody drove the best possible car for its spec for what it did, there'd only be 4 cars on the road. And clearly that's not the case. So.
Yeah.
well, nobody does that because the one you want is really expensive.
Have you seen the price of the Panther Clipper?
I have no idea.
And the price
Money
then
in
to kit it out.
Elite is not really a problem, though, is it? Let's be honest.
No, but
Unless
No.
you're a bit rubbish.
Unless you're brand new to the game, in which case, I'm sorry. Ask someone nicely and you can probably have some crud.
yes, but buying a Panther Clipper and speccing it out is approaching fleet carrier sorts of values. It's the same order of magnitude.
But you don't have a maintenance fee every month.
This is very true.
Unless you crash it a lot.
And to be fair, you can trade your way to making back the cost of it in an evening.
Yeah.
And also, there isn't a space tax that gets rather high if it's the new price of it is over 40,000 credits. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
Yes. But you can't put a bar on the Panther Clipper. Not yet, anyway.
Try harder.
True.
Yes, try harder.
You know,
yes.
I never bought a carrier. I don't need one.
Yeah. I had one on the Xbox, but I had a specific thing in mind. I wanted to send it out to a system I really liked and just leave it there. And that's what I did.
Nobody needs a carrier. They're just convenient.
They are.
They're not
convenient.
convenient.
Brilliant.
That's
I
where
mean, not
that's where I keep
convenient.
all my ships.
Yeah,
Well, that
but
way,
I mean,
whatever ship I
that's-
need, I can jump into the system at once at 500 light years range.
I don't know. I kind of like flying the ship back to a port. I get that cozy feeling when I'm going back to, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, but as a fleet carrier, it feels like going to live in a caravan.
Well, the difference
don't
with the fleet
live
carrier
there.
is that you take the fleet carrier out a couple of jumps, like away from anyone. Well, maybe not now, I suppose, and colonization and all that, but away from anyone. Just go mining, and your fleet carrier is right above there, and you just go back and forth.
Yeah, but I do that anyway.
Yeah, but back and forth can be inside the same system.
Yeah, it,
Or
Yeah.
one
it-
jump
it-
away
within
rather
a few
than
seconds.
6.
Yeah. That's
Right-
what the difference
right
would be.
outside.
basically.
Yeah.
Maybe
They're
I'm
not-
just old fashioned, you know.
Yeah, they're
I like,
not immensely practical.
I like the journey.
I thought I was, but no.
No, they're totally impractical, but they can still be fun.
Yeah. People like them. That's the thing.
Well, they're
And
they're efficient, I guess, but I mean, I still like the journey, you know.
Literally as well as figuratively.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go. Shall we move on to a bit of space news?
I guess we probably better should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's this magic space news button?
When you don't know where to get more space news, 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 space news.
So, what do we have this week?
NASA crewed mission to the moon in 2026. February, they're talking about. So
That's
February
really
next year.
soon, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really soon. But you have to get about 2/3 of the way down the article before it tells you they're not landing on the moon.
They're just
They're
going to
going
go
out,
and wave at it.
flying around it and coming back. I think Apollo 8 did that, didn't it?
I was going to say that sounds
yes.
very familiar.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of logic of can I get out there and back in one piece? Because there's no point sending MD to land if it can't do the journey. So they're going to do all that kind of stuff as well. And I think they're going to be talking back from the moon to the International Space Centre and to the Earth. So it'll be quite interesting. I think it'll be the first time that's been done as well. So, yeah, it's looking very interesting. They've got a crew ready to go and all that kind of thing. And unless somebody gets the sniffles before they go and
I'll
isn't
tell
allowed.
you what, though. I mean, if they're already in their spacesuits and they're not going until February to April, it's going to get a bit ripe, isn't it?
Oh, they're mad keen. They're mad keen.
Well, it would be, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you can see the trajectories all mapped out there as well.
Artist
and that looks
impression
very
of the
familiar.
craft. Yeah, except that's an Orion
yes.
capsule, not an Apollo one.
Yep.
If you scroll down a bit further, they have images of the astronauts, and they've seemingly chosen some of the most expressive, ridiculous faces that they could find.
That's the only faces they've got.
It's Meet the Crew of Artemis 2.
Yeah.
Is this going to be a screenshot
return trajectory first?
Is this going to be a screenshot from Kerbal Space Program?
It's not quite that bad, no. But like all of these pictures are like mid-sentence.
Staring up, slightly confused. Looking very expressive indeed.
Yes.
It's
what
the next
did
one that
somebody
got me.
just show her?
Yes.
Really?
She's having
Put it
a-
away, put it away.
And look
looking-
at the
she's having a
size of those.
It's very much that, isn't it? The capsule is this big.
No. He's looking at somebody that's got huge tracts of land.
Yes.
I was just about to cut in and say that.
So, there's a diagram of how the ship looks as well. If you scroll down a little further.
Yeah. Look,
Oh no, it's
it
falling
says,
apart.
It says 4 crew members will spend 10 days in 9 cubic meters of living space. Jeez, oh.
Yeah.
Wow, isn't that even smaller than the actual original landers?
Yeah, that's
Don't
capsule.
think so. How much living space was in Apollo?
Because they can't, by the looks of it, they're just sat in it. Admittedly, I'm basing it
From
on
where
a
I'm sitting,
rasterized image.
it looks bigger.
Wow,
It looks
they
bigger than
spend.
me. Because I think Apollo, they had like 3 guys
Apollo
in a
was
row.
5.9 cubic meters.
It's twice the size,
no-
but you get an extra
yeah,
guy in there.
Yeah.
I was trying to think about it. No, yeah, that's actually not very much, is it?
No.
It's
No,
It's
the people on the bottom spend the whole.
smelling
People
the
on
feet.
the
my
bottom
mind was-
spend as much time looking at their feet. Look,
Yeah,
picture
my
at
mind
the
was
bottom.
glitching out there, and for some reason I was thinking 9 meters cubed, which is very much not
That
9
would-
cubic
yes,
meters.
yeah.
Quite nice.
You might
No,
struggle to fit one.
This is 3 meters by 3 meters by 1 meter.
Yeah.
Or more realistically, 3 by 1.5 by 2.
Still bigger than my university room.
Really?
Oh yes, it was a bed and a desk, and I had to move the desk out of the
You-
way to
you
get out
wouldn't-
of bed.
Yeah, you wouldn't fit a bed and a desk in 3 by 1.5. A bed is
Look at
2 by 2 and a bit. So.
They could lay flat. There's a real image further down. I say a
this-
real image.
Look at the size
Demonstrate-
of the capsule
yeah,
compared
it
to
looks-
the
looks a lot
Spacesuit
more
engineers
spacious,
demonstrate how 4 crew members could be arranged inside of the Orion spacecraft, and some poor soul has to look at the soles of their colleagues' feet the whole time. They're also not going to be like they haven't
I don't
got.
know. Some people pay for that.
Yeah.
We don't kink shame here.
I think
No, this is true,
those-
but I'm not in for that.
those chairs, I think, fold away.
Looks like it, doesn't it?
They
Or
do
at least
look
fold
like
flat.
that.
The seat part and the leg part look like they fold flat.
The people
Yeah.
at the top have the main screen by the looks of
Yeah.
things.
And there's a
Yeah.
little table section there. Oh, that's a screen.
Yeah, the people in the two seats to the right, the lower seats, they're responsible for going, are we nearly there yet?
Yeah. I
I,
think
sp- I,
Snack feeders in chief.
I spy something beginning with S.
yes. Is
Sun.
it seat? No. Is it space?
Solar
No.
foot!
Is it silver? I'm looking at it. It looks like that big screen folds back as well, as if it kind of angles back to become part of the wall, so that you can stand up better.
Yeah, those supports have definitely got a hydraulic look about them rather than just
Yeah,
strut look.
yeah. That looks pretty smart then. And you're not going to have a lot of headroom.
Well, there's
Just
only 4
below
heads on
this-
board.
Yeah.
Just below this image, they start talking about when they might actually go to the moon rather than 2026. No earlier than
27.
Yeah. Is
don't-
that the
don't-
landing?
Yeah, don't forget that the human landing system, the HLS, is Starship, which out of its last 4 launches exploded 3 times. Actually, sorry, out of its last 4 vehicles exploded 3 times, and one of them wasn't even a launch.
Yes.
But I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, the explosions were spectacular, to be fair.
Oh, yeah. Although the refueling for Starship has been a flexible concept as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the one that they're actually taking to the moon, they need to refuel once it gets to orbit to top off the tanks. And the original design was that it would take an additional 4 launches of other starships to refuel the HLS one before it went over to the moon.
Yeah.
That's now up to, I think, 20 additional launches at last count.
Oh, all right then. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Doesn't the name Starship imply that it's
Yes.
a
It's
They have to
interstellar. And can
That's a
fly
rename of
through outer-
Jefferson Airplane, yes.
Oh God, there's a dated reference.
Did they build this city on rock and roll?
No, they built it out of moon dust. So it implies because starships, every starship is a spaceship, but not every spaceship is a starship. Because a starship is something that will travel between stars.
Well, it does fly between the stars. It flies between the sun and all the other stars.
yeah, but
Does
it
it
doesn't
though?
get to all the other
It
stars.
doesn't leave the solar system.
No, but
Yeah.
it is between the sun and another star. It happens to be
Yeah,
a bit closer
that's-
to one end than the other, but
I am not buying that line of bullshit.
The whole premise of the name Starship means that it's capable of traveling to
among
other
the stars. Well, you say that, but an aeroplane doesn't travel to other airs.
That's a different word.
Yeah, and it's aero, as in AERO.
Yeah, airplane.
No, not airplane.
A
that's
plane that
American.
travels
So
a plane that
Aero
travels
bus.
in the air.
you're- no,
so this is a
no,
ship
you're,
that travels in
you're
the
not
stars.
an American. You're not an American. Stop calling it an airplane. It's an aeroplane.
I think that's the best
Quite right.
interpretation, that the starship is a ship that travels on or inside a star.
Only if the navigation gets
Occasionally.
really bad.
Yes, but there we go. So
Also, if
yeah.
they get about 10 times more delta V, but that's a different question.
Next.
Options none into the chat says it's aerodynamic, as opposed to starodynamic, I assume.
Yes. Right. Move on.
Ah, yes, I guess we better had. Next.
An asteroid has hit the North Sea. I'm 43 million years late with the news, but you know.
Amelia, did you see it?
I did not. I never see anything.
It's just
harsh,
80
wasn't
miles.
it?
It's 80 miles off the coast of Yorkshire.
Oh, it's too far north, then you wouldn't have.
Yeah. Yorkshire wanted it to hit Lancashire.
So
but
is
it
that
wouldn't.
a photograph or an artist impression?
Oh, it's a photograph.
All right.
Yeah. They followed it in a starship. So apparently
Is
the
it just me
asteroids.
that can't make any sense whatsoever out of this diagram?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. I mean, I can see what looks like the crater rim, and then there's a damage zone.
Yeah, which
So there's the rim and there's the rim and the brim.
But why does the rim look like it was drawn freehand by somebody with a Sharpie?
Because it was possibly drawn freehand by someone with a Sharpie.
That would explain it.
Yeah, there's three lines in there, and I don't know what they are.
Yeah, and
I think
what
the version of Microsoft Paint. The version of Microsoft Paint 43 million years ago wasn't quite as advanced as Paint 3D. So.
No.
Of course, it was the Windows 11 version, wasn't it? That's right.
Yeah, and it was moving when he was trying to draw it. So yeah,
it was going pretty fast when it hit. So.
Yes.
Memories of my geography degree. This is ArcGIS. This is a particular geographical bit of software that they're using to demonstrate.
Oh, good.
This.
Can you explain what the difference between the two different shades of blue is then?
The two different shades of blue will be altitude in terms of like how deep the sea is at that point.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
And
that's an extremely square border between those zones.
It's probably really zoomed in, and
there must be
resolution
a
of it will be low.
Those are like buildings then under the sea.
Yeah, they were built in rock and roll.
But quite what that, or at least that what it would typically be. Maybe it is something else. It could be a geological map that they happened to have and have doodled over. So I'm afraid I don't have answers for you because there's no... You know what? I'm going to do a screen grab and I'm going to Google image it to see if I can find something more useful. Wait back in a minute.
Okay, I'll keep the audience white hot. There was
Hold, please.
I'm not that quick.
I wanted to tell them about the 328-foot high tsunami.
Go ahead.
There was a 328-foot high tsunami.
What's that in aardvarks?
That's 100 meters. So you're probably about 50 aardvarks. Well, you're probably about 100 aardvarks high.
What's that in bananas?
Bananas. You are talking about 22 centimeters for a banana. So probably 4 bananas per meter. Another couple on at the end. So about 400 and... If they were stood end to end on top of one another, you're looking at about 430 bananas.
Or 428 if you're hungry.
Yeah.
And what's that in giraffes?
In giraffes,
which way? You can't measure in whole giraffes. You have to measure in half giraffes. And then you need to specify which direction they're cut in.
Width. As if they were lying on their sides.
What's the width of an average half giraffe? Again, it depends which way you cut the giraffe.
Yes. Are you cutting it in the middle so that you get the front half and the back half?
Is this the mean half, the median half, or the modal half of the giraffe?
If it's the head half, I don't know what giraffe's about 5 meters tall.
That's about 6 aardvarks, I think.
Yeah.
How many bananas is that?
No, they don't eat bananas.
They're not allowed.
They leave the skins lying around and it's way too slippery.
You ever seen a banana? You ever seen a giraffe slipping on a banana skin? I haven't either, but I want to.
So what's that in curly whirlies?
Oh,
not enough.
I'm just eating one of them.
Yeah. I don't know how long a curly whirly is, but 15 centimetres.
No, what type of curly whirly? Is that curly whirlies as they used to be back when you were a kid? Or the teeny tiny curly whirlies you get now?
Oh no, the ones...
Teeny tiny treat size.
No, the ones that I had back when I was a kid.
Proper ones that you needed 2 hands to hold, yeah.
Proper ones. There's no... I mean, I don't call anything else a curly whirly, quite frankly. It's not a real curly... Because you can get those stupid little squiggles now as well, and they call them curly whirly. It's not a curly whirly, it's a squiggle.
It's a squiggle, but they are equally tasty and much easier to eat when you're driving.
I would argue that they're not as tasty purely because they have a different texture, which different mouthfeel.
Half of the chemicals in them are banned.
Only half.
That's true.
Yeah.
Are you honest going to sit there and tell me you never rolled a curly whirly into a ball to put it in your mouth so you could eat it as a single?
Oh,
No,
yes.
I never did that.
I never.
There's a
did that.
reason I have so many fillings.
Yes.
So
Anyway,
I found 2 links. I found a Yahoo link which has an expanded view of that map, and I was correct. It does appear to be sea depth, which means that the crater is of a small enough resolution that the initial mapping wouldn't have been able to see it, hence why this is a discovery. Or it sits between 2 height bands within the geographical software. But I've also sent the wiki page, which has a view of it. What's the word I'm looking for? The coloured one.
Pretty colourful.
The false colour image. It shows the depth. It's probably radar. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Slightly more professionally done than a Sharpie on a map that's then been badly cut.
yeah.
Guys, we just
Yes.
got raided.
Did we? Who
Hello.
raided us to hear us talking about geological
Mr.
maps?
Face 999. Thank you for
Hang
the
on.
raid.
Thank
we
you, Mr.
usually
Face
raid him
999.
first.
Well, he raided us first. Right,
We're
so we move
talking
on.
about holes in the
Holes
floor
in the North Sea.
made by space things.
Yes. What will we move on and do our third and final space news story?
I guess we probably should now that we've been raided.
Yeah.
Yeah, by the
Wait on.
by the Otter VTuber, no less.
Mm.
Do
So the
be
third
sure
story-
to hang around. We have a quiz later for those who have just arrived.
Yes. A
Oh
quiz.
yes, of course.
Somewhat
So-
elite themed, I think, this week, but
Yes.
not sure. Haven't seen the questions.
This one is about scientists who have been photographing Jupiter from NASA are now able to do so remotely. So they are able to control the Keck telescope in Hawaii to record the pictures. Now they don't need. They used to have to go to Hawaii and do their pictures, and now they don't have to go. They can stay in Reading.
How
they don't have to
terrible
go
to
to
have
Hawaii.
to go to Hawaii
Yeah.
and spend a few weeks there. That
I think it's
must have been
somewhat of an
awful.
understatement to say they are fucking raging.
He looks
Look at his
so
face.
happy.
He's like, yeah, I'm delighted, mate. I'm sitting in front of a computer looking at a school. I'm delighted to be doing this.
Can I
and
just
not having
say
to go to Hawaii.
that when I was at Reading Uni, they had the same windows and they were absolutely crap. I recognise that window handle.
So yeah. So he
What
looks,
I'm amazed by is these are all very clever people. How has it taken them so long to do this? Or maybe they had to do it. Why
I'll
is
tell you
it
how
now
it's
a
taken them
news
so
story?
long. Because before they did this, they used to get a trip to Hawaii quite regularly, and now they don't.
I can imagine it taking a very long time to find out how to do it remotely.
Yeah. I think it's suffice to say they're pretending to be delighted, but they're not.
Yeah.
Aye. And then Katie Wapples turned up to interview them and just rub it in.
At least they got the face
So-
in the BBC News site, though.
Yes.
So that's it for this week's Space News.
Dr. James
the
O'Donoghue
face of-
said it's really exciting that we can do this cutting edge space research right from Reading. Is it really?
Did he say the loud
amazing.
bit quietly and the quiet bit loudly in that
Yes.
sentence?
It's really exciting that we can do this
Do
from
this cutting edge
Reading.
from Reading. Yes. So there you go. Yeah.
Let's move on.
Let's move on.
When you don't know where to get more space news, 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 space news.
Do we have a word of the week?
Did you want me to use that voice for this?
If you want. That was a good voice.
My slightly weird, creepy voice.
Yeah,
Yes.
your normal speaking voice, yes.
We have the word of the week this week. It's rantum scantum.
Random scandal.
I've not
Okay.
read this definition yet, so
And what does that mean?
chaos, a disorderly situation, can also be used along with tanthy to mean more sexual intercourse.
No, it does sound creepy.
That sounds. Oh, that's like if you take LCU and do
Yes.
something to his voice. It sounds exactly like that.
Yes, it's not
Can
nice.
you use it in a sentence, please?
Please
Oh,
don't.
God. Can you use a different voice in a sentence?
You just watch me.
You watch me
Oh my god.
go. You watch him go.
Eddie Lee Wise and Sons plus his daughters.
Not a good one for that voice.
Oh dear.
Take another run at it.
No, I'm going to have to start from there because I've got no chance doing that again.
You got to save that voice for a special occasion. Oh, God.
Yes. Let's go with normal voice. When Eddie Lee Wise and Sons plus his daughters had a big
just
sale,
don't.
it caused no end of ranctum scantum on the parade, along with a bit of angry argy-bargy, sorry. No, that's your job. Some tanty-ranty and an outbreak of jiggery-pokery and no end of helter-skelter and rumpy-bumpy. Gosh, I would have had no chance saying that in that voice.
Yeah. Oh, imagine you got to the end and gone, Ramses.
Oh.
And the spelling and the meaning is coming across your screens in the form of a little ticker tape headline.
So please
Yeah,
try to close your eyes and avoid reading it now.
So, quiz time?
I think we better have.
Quiz.
We still need quiz sound effects. We still have no quiz
Yeah,
sound
we
effects.
don't have quiz. Yeah, we don't have quiz sound effects.
Just sing quiz 3 times in rapid succession.
I'm not doing it. You did you volunteer?
No, I really didn't.
Do
1, 2, 3,
Yeah,
go.
so-
it's time. Play the elevator music. We can sing it to that. It's time for quiz. Time for quiz. Quiz today. You're welcome. I
Welcome to
sang it
this
in my normal
show's
voice.
quiz, which everyone is apparently welcome to join over at quiz.iniv.space in a browser window on the side or with a mobile device. Brought unto thee by a moderate lack of inspiration to make it about something else with which commanders involve themselves. This time it's all about the Thargoids again. Don't worry, they're not causing rantum scantum again yet. After all,
Not
the
even with
studio
Eddie
would be
Lee
on-
Wise's daughters?
Not even Eddie Lee Wise's daughters nor sons are caught. After all, the studio would be on red alert if they were. Not that there's any point in going to red alert when we're all here, so there's nobody to alert. But if there were a red alert inducing invasion, at least everyone will know that tiny bit more about the Thargoids in advance. So head over to quiz.iniv.space now, or at any time during the quiz to join in, where you get a full 3 points for being correct, and you can even get literally any positive integer up to that if you snag a close enough risk-free guess. And bear with me while I open it up.
A risk-free guess.
No negative
Yes,
points.
I've never ever given anyone, well, apart from the negative half I gave someone once, but I never give negative points.
Isn't a
challenge
guess the risky
accepted.
I was going to say, isn't a guess the riskiest kind of answer?
It's better than no answer.
It's better
Yeah,
than not clicking
so-
post.
See,
Yes.
I don't. And I don't know what to do when people put many or some, or I don't know. Like I don't know what to do there. Whereas if they just take a guess, sometimes they get a point. So
So for our visitors, if you have decided that you are staying after Creepy Voice,
No, they're
Then-
sensible people.
yeah, I won't bother them. Yeah,
Go
enter your
on.
website, enter the click the link, enter a commander name or something that helps you identify yourself and answer the questions. But please hit enter or click send, because that doesn't work when you don't do that, does it?
Somebody
no,
got
it doesn't.
confused with the multiple choice ones, of which there are several in this quiz, that it's not enough just to choose the multiple choice. You still have to press post or send or whatever I call the buttons.
I deny everything.
In any case, round 1 is Thargoid abilities. Question 1. Which Thargoid ability is prevented while close to a planet? And you have the choice of the Anti-Guardian Field, the Breach Drone, the Caustic Missiles, Frameshift Anomaly, Lightning, Shield, Shutdown Field, Thargon Swarm, and Weapon Attack. Referring to the main weapon, of course.
I actually know this one. It was the main reason why I chose to do the planet side ones. And they were amusing and fun.
They were fun. They were many commanders and very much enjoyed the invasion systems when there were planetary ports. That's true. There we go. I was just about to say, Litho got the button. Question 2. Which Thargoid ability is prevented while its target shield is online? That's when I say its target, that's you, by the way.
I am completely guessing here.
That's what
I have
multiple
never-
choice is for.
I have never fought a Thargoid.
Guessing is the usual arrangement. But then now after this quiz you'll know, so that's good.
For about 8 seconds.
I've only ever seen one Thargoid.
Oh, I've seen lots.
Oh. Which
couple of them have
Thargoid
even
did you
killed
see?
me.
Was it
I got pulled out of jump space, and it shut me down and took a good look at me, and I crapped
Awesome.
myself. And
Yeah,
it was
It was
when
an early one.
yeah, it was one of the really early ones.
It's probably it could be a Cyclops Basilisk, Medusa or a Hydra, but it's probably a Cyclops.
Oh, it was the first ones. It was when the Thargoids got first introduced. It was a long time ago.
I never got interdicted by those guys
But I
in the
did.
end.
And it still happens, especially, it still happens 50 light years around Merope or so if you go down to the Pleiades Nebula.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
They just pull you out and give you a scan and let you on your way.
If you're not carrying anything they want, yeah.
What do they want?
A shrubbery.
They get a let's say they cause a bit of rantum scantum if you're carrying Guardian items or Thargoid items. Question 3. Which Thargoid ability is ineffective if its target opens a docking request?
This was a blessing, but also a bit of a weird one. Like, I wasn't sad that it was a thing, but it was weird.
Yeah, it is something that was kind of discovered after the Thargoid War started. Button.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
Sorry, I was still trying to work out if any of them made any sense.
Let's see how we did. So, the Thargon Swarm, it doesn't happen when you're close to a planet. As you increase in altitude, eventually the interceptors, they'll zoom upwards just to get something like 100 km up, just so they can use the Thargon Swarm. So there's like a threshold where they just zoom away to try and do that.
Oh, right. So they learn. What was that? I guess programmed in. Oh, that's really clever.
Yeah, if you're very close to the ground, they think, oh no, it's too far away. But once that gravity starts dropping, yeah, they'll zoom away. So well done to most of you who said that. For the question 2, it is indeed the breach drone. So the breach drone is a scythe ability. The scythe will not use it. It wants to use it. It wants to get your passengers, but it won't use it while your shield is online. It will attack your shield, and it will command other Thargoids to do the same, to shoot down your shield, and command them to stop once your shield is down.
I had no idea they were a general of sorts.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I think they're more of a hive mind, but they do take command. Yeah. They can also command Titan turrets to do it as well. They also follow scythe orders.
Interesting. It's a whole load of things that I didn't know, and guess don't need to know anymore.
It's not so much that they're the generals as they bake the best brownies, and the other Thargoids know that.
They're the head chef. Yeah. Yes, and it is the shutdown field. It does not affect your ship if you have a docking request open, which, by the way, if other people want to dock in open, please let them dock. Don't just leave it open. Right, round 2 is about various maxima. That means maximum numbers. Question 1. What is the maximum heat percentage needed to stop ongoing caustic damage? That's the heat needed to remove the strongest caustic straight away, not like a lower amount which eventually clears it. The amount to remove the strongest straight away. Also, a little clue: if you've never taken ongoing caustic damage, you do need to overheat to remove caustic damage. So the answer is above 100%.
101.
Detonation
Again,
in 10 seconds.
it was a curious one that was discovered. I'm guessing it was done by chance. Someone trying to fly silent and noticed it made it disappear.
Question 2. What is the maximum possible experimental weapons limit? That's excluding weapons which don't count towards the limit, so no flak launchers or nanite torpedoes. And another little clue for this one: there is a base limit and there exists a way to increase it.
So there's 2 answers.
No,
there's one, because it's
the one.
Yeah, the larger one. Yeah, the largest possible.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
And question 3. In kilometers, what is the maximum range of a swarm missile? That's for both the activation range and the travel range. They have the same threshold.
As in missiles fired by the swarm, or the swarm
yes,
being
that's
a missile?
An individual swarm member becomes a missile when it happens, but in effect firing a missile, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Detonation in 10 seconds.
I love that sound.
I do need to do that mining. I've never done it.
Let's see what we have. It's 250% heat. 300 got quite close, so 300 got a point as well. But 250% will remove caustic straight away, even the strongest caustic from the strongest Thargoid. There are lower thresholds. If you take a caustic missile from a scout, if the berserkers activated them, you only need about 125 or so. 180 was a common answer. It's probably quoted on the AxiWiki or something is generally for Cyclops missiles, but it's 250% for the strongest caustic.
That explains why I went for 130, because I only tended to deal with the scouts, so that makes sense.
I got a point! Yay!
Check you.
It was a guess.
But not
That's the point.
8,000%.
So the experimental weapons limit, if you use the class 5 experimental weapon stabilizer, goes up from 4 to 6.
Holy hell, I got another point.
Damn it, I went up from 4
you
to
go.
5.
I'm not any yet.
It's 2 in a row, and I'm just guessing.
Yeah, there is a smaller stabilizer that gives you one more. That's the class 3.
The next one will definitely be wrong.
That probably is true, yeah.
And the Bushman's climbing up the question, ranting. He's doing
yes,
well.
Very good. Yeah, and it's 3 kilometers for the swarm missile. No one really got that.
Not 80,000.
Not 8.0085, nor 80,085. No. So yes, you can actually coax the missile. You can fly just within 3, and they'll trigger. Then you can, if you zoom away again, then they'll miss them. They won't hit anything. And round 3 is about the Titans. It's also multiple choice again. Which Thargoid Titan took least time to destroy after becoming vulnerable? So which one was destroyed the quickest?
Fairly
This
sure
is
it's
a
1
guess
of 2.
again.
We're going to have to go into the how to pronounce names again.
That depends on the answer, so don't answer that. He's
I'm
trying
happy
to bait you into giving a hint.
I'm happy to pronounce whichever name.
In 10 seconds.
Yeah, but are you happy to pronounce it correctly?
No.
Too late.
Question 2. Which Thargoid Titan took most time to destroy after becoming vulnerable?
Whilst I didn't take in direct action on these battles, I was following the Discord channel with great interest as to how the mechanics of it was working. Playing the game without even playing the game, sort of thing.
Let's say there was a little bit of...
10 seconds.
Oh,
Sorry.
that's right, you can wait. Yeah, I'll say there was a little bit of behind-the-scenes fiddling with exactly how tough they were, which we could see numerically on the last one because there was a community goal.
You know, I never saw a Titan up close.
You can see a
seen
shell of
video.
one.
I've seen videos of them.
Have you visited one of the destroyed ones?
Nope.
Oh, that's you can do that.
Ooh.
I think you can mine them too.
Not the destroyed ones, no. And finally, when do you think we'll see another Thargoid Titan?
Are you just fishing for ideas here?
I love the questions where there's no wrong answers. Except maybe, 80085. Which is clearly wrong.
But it's right in so many ways.
So many ways.
Let's see how we did. No one got this one. It was Titan Haddad. It took less than 48 hours to kill Titan Haddad from when it became vulnerable. In fact, if I click the thingy to put it up on the thing...
Careful, you don't want to put your thingy on the thing.
We'd have to fill out paperwork for that one.
Things are very delicate
that was the progress of it from when things opened, which apparently there was a few hours on the patch day. It took that, like each major vertical section there is 1 day, so that was less than 2 days to destroy Titan Haddad.
I think that's why I've never heard of that one.
Possibly.
Because it was so quick, we never really reported on it efficiently.
Pretty much.
Is this all taken from the mathematical division that you talk about?
That is correct, yes. That was a product of the Imperial Navy Mathematics Department, that's right. And one person probably got that Titan Raijin took the longest. This was almost 6 days. And if I bring up the one for Raijin...
Is this
the one I heard about most was Cocky Joe.
That's because
that was
a visit.
Yeah, that was the last one that decided to take a run at Sol. This was Raijin's, which took almost 6 days.
And was that just because of numbers? Because the lower value looks...
Yeah, so this is quite evident that a bit of toughening occurs over weekends. So these open on Thursdays, so you can see that first burst of activity on the first day, that's Thursday. And then you get Friday, Saturday, Sunday. No, those are the more active times, not the less active times. So yeah, that one was the longest. The others are various in between. I mean, I can pretty much show whichever one if anyone happens to be interested in some of the others.
Well, you haven't got one graph with all of them on?
No, I don't. That was Indra. Again, you can see the little bit of fiddling that occurs.
Mm-hmm.
In any case.
Oh, it's the hearts per hour in terms of activity. I wasn't sure how you
it's the damage over time, yeah.
And how did you get the data? You didn't exactly go up to the Thargoid and say, how many hearts you got left, mate?
Yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't scan it and use the data link scanner or a recon limpet. No,
he set up a free phone helpline called Thargoid Line and just waited for them to call in.
Or there's and thank you to everyone who put this sort of thing together. There's an incredibly useful data service that does all data in the galaxy, and it transmits from people's apps all the time, called EDDN, and that's how we know all this sorts of things about what the system progress is, including the Titan system.
So you found the bit that associated to the Titan and pulled it out from there.
Frontier added it as an explicit thing in the journal. It has the system progress down to 6 decimal places. So
6 decimal place. Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you're counting individual shots from an individual spacecraft, then you kind of need to be accurate. Otherwise, they'll do no progress, no progress, no progress, no progress. Why aren't we getting anywhere?
That's how it was before we had that. So in the first month or two, all we had was the galaxy map. And do you remember that bar that would tick up as we did some more progress? So across that bar, there were 50 divisions, which means we only ever saw things in 2% increments. And finally, most people are praying for never. When I say most people, there's maybe a couple. We've got 2 years. We've got 3318, which is 7 years. We've got Wednesday, which is 6 days.
Soon.
Yes, and when we least expect it. Very good.
When the salt levels get high. What salt levels?
On the forums. When people start complaining enough, they'll give us Thargoids again.
Give people something to shoot at. But then they'll complain about the Thargoids getting in the way again.
Yeah. You can't win.
That's not the same they, I think. That's a different set of...
there is probably overlap.
Yeah, true. If you've got enough people, there'll be someone who complains about both A and not A at the same time. So, in any case, well done, everyone. And let's see. In fact, speaking of everyone, let's see how everyone did. We have Inner Bushman. Holy
Oh,
fog
got
with
3 points.
Yay. We have Inner Bushman in the lead with 21 points. We have joint second 4 ways with Litho, Noddy Spice, Little Grey, and Change the Bulb.
Hilarious name.
For me, that was the first 3 questions and the last question, which I couldn't get wrong. Everything in the middle, no chance.
Well done, Inner Bushman. That was very good.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Beat the
And
pants
Amelia
off
wasn't
of
last
everyone.
either.
Oh no, I'm third. Technically.
Yeah.
Ooby
And
Doop
that-
Scooby Dooby Banooby is my handle.
Well, Curtis, are we still taking bug fixes for your software?
Could do. I know about a big one on the grading end, which really needs addressing. It was the one at ECM.
Oh yeah.
What
No,
have you
it's.
found?
I found that if I set my window, maybe it's just the resolution I'm in Firefox, I lose the outer edges until I can currently see that it's near Bushman until I pull my window small enough that then it puts it into a vertical stack.
That's probably because Amelia typed in a quite long name. And
Oopy doopy
it's
scooby doopy banooby.
yeah, Oopy Doop Scooby Dooby.
You don't know
Banooby.
the reference.
Sorry, could you
I
repeat
don't
that,
really-
please?
No,
Do none of you know the reference?
I don't think we do.
It's
Can I finish with why it's happening? And
No.
I think it's because the width. Oh, okay, go on. What's the reference then?
You're so mean to Vocurus.
Go. What's this reference? Tell us.
It's from Thumb Wars.
I don't know
It's
what
the
that is
silliest
either.
name in the galaxy. You've never seen Thumb Wars?
Correct.
It's
Thumb
a
Wars is
parody
a
of
thing you
Star
did at
Wars.
primary school.
It's a parody of Star Wars. You can probably see it on YouTube.
So,
I will go look.
It's hilarious.
For Little Grey, what I think's occurring is that name is pushing up the width of both columns.
It is.
So if
I can see it.
If I edit Amelia's name, is that better?
Oh yeah, I did it. Look at that.
Yeah,
now you can't see my whole name.
Yes, I know. It was a test.
So it's well, there you go.
My whole name is important.
It's come back. It's okay.
You don't get the reference unless you see the whole name.
I don't anyway.
Seriously, if
Wow.
you've never seen it, look up Thumb Wars, which
Go
is
go.
a Star Wars parody. It's only about half hour long, and it is absolutely hilarious.
My dad, many moons ago, took part in the lots of people filming their own scene out of bits of, like, making their own bit of Star Wars, and then they melded them all together. And there were like people who turned their cars into TIE fighters and people who reenacted scenes with Yoda on a string or something like that. It was hilariously bad. I'll have to see if I can find what it was called, but it was great fun doing that. My dad's R2-D2 was a dustbin with electrical tape on it.
Beep boop 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 beep boop. Yes, so I think we should probably yell Aardvark and ask Flossy if are you ready to give us some facts about CGs?
Yep, I'm ready.
Oh, thank God for that. Aardvark!
Aardvark.
Oh, don't start that again.
It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. It's Flossy. And the community goes.
Hello, Flossy here with this week's CG News. The last 2 weeks' CGs, Rackham HI 87621 Planetary Exploration Initiative finished just short of Tier 3 on Monday 22nd September at 10 UTC, with 4.7 million reports submitted by nearly 14,500 contributors. As the CG passed Tier 1, it was successful and all contributors were rewarded with credits according to their reward tier reached. The top 100% receiving a massive 35 million credits. Only one report was enough, so well worth the effort of flying over to the CG system with whatever cartography existed on their ship. All contributors who reached top 75% and above also received one detailed surface scanner V1, pre-engineered and expanded 40% probe scanning radius. Next week's CG, hopefully. There was a CG planned to start on Tuesday the 23rd of September, alongside the launch of the Lakon Type 11 Prospector. But at the Type 11th hour, it was decided the ship was not quite ready to be launched and still needed various tweaks being made. Consequently, it was decided to also delay the CG until the official launch, and this information was passed to those of us volunteer moderators for the CG subforum on the Frontier forums, so that we knew not to post any information at the intended start time of 1400 UTC on Tuesday, but wait for further instructions, depending on when the Prospector will be launched. Well, we did our part, bit our collective tongues and held back from posting the CG information, which was fine, until the original launch time arrived and the CG went live in-game. Now, if we volunteer moderators had had the ability to post the CGs in-game, I'm certain this would not have happened, but we have no such powers. So it's up to Frontier staff themselves to push the necessary buttons in the Elite Galaxy in advance to make the CGs happen at their appointed time. But it seems they forgot to cancel the advance arrangement, and it went live. It also seems that nobody noticed for a while, apart from a few commanders who immediately signed up and headed to their favourite mining locations to get to work, until someone asked in the forum why there was nothing published about the CG that was going on. As soon as I realised what had happened, the CG was removed as quickly as it had appeared, and apologies issued in the thread explaining the mistake and assuring commanders that it would restart when the Type 11 is launched. Hopefully, sometime during the next week, the Type 11 will arrive and the CG will go ahead as planned. Meanwhile, we're sure nobody will try to take advantage by mining platinum, painite and osmium ready for whenever it does start. No, they won't. Or will they?
Flossy told you what to do.
Apologies to Flossy for cutting off her last line there. I slipped and hit the button a little bit too soon. Sorry.
I think it was, and that's it for this week's CG News.
Yeah, that's all it was.
I think it was.
And I hadn't typed it out anyway, so...
Yeah, that's what threw me. But I should have known it was going to be coming. It's always there. Anyway, on that misclick, I shall re-click correctly and introduce Beetlejuice and Wotherspoon with their digestion of the Galnet news. I wonder if they'll be talking about a CG this week.
Galnet News Update, 25th of September, 3311. Scientists are getting impatient, waiting for answers about the fate of student Terry Tora and the permit-locked HIP 87621 system, fueled by evidence that the October Consortium may have something to hide. Access to the HIP 87621 system map, compiled using astronomical telescopes fitted to fleet carriers in adjacent systems, was withdrawn this week, suggesting that something is going on in the system that the permit holder wants to keep secret. Settlements, megaships and installations would show up on a system map, and it seems likely that the holder of the permit doesn't want unauthorised commanders finding out what's going on. While it's possible that the telescopes may be wrong about the celestial bodies in the system, we at Galnet News Digest bookmarked a water world in the system last week, and that bookmark still exists, so it's likely that the layout of the system is broadly as previously understood. Meanwhile, Vox Galactica claims it has identified Lexi October, the billionaire investor behind the bailout of Supratech 4 years ago, as the mysterious holder of the permit lock. A spokesperson for her investment company, October Consortium, refused to acknowledge journalist Alexei Keel's questions, while October has remained silent on the matter. There is growing suspicion that the consortium, possibly with the involvement of a second organisation, is exploiting a new exobiological discovery for its own benefit, in a manner similar to Azimuth Biochemical's attempt to exploit the arrival of Thargoid scouts 9 years ago. Professor Frank Radix, whose student Terry Tora highlighted the unexplained activity in HIP 87621, has appealed to the authorities to help him find out what happened to Terry and to confirm that she is safe. Many of his colleagues in the field of exobiology echoed his demands. It seems apparent that they are also getting frustrated by the belief that something new and potentially revolutionary in the study of alien life remains hidden from their view in that permit-locked system.
Thank you to Beetlejuice and Waterspoon for not talking about CGs that haven't happened yet. Which means that next up we have, for a change, Amelia Hawke with a Rares Digest.
You are about to listen to Amelia Hawke. She tries all the galaxy's most dangerous rare items, so you don't have to.
Pilots Federation now allowing people to perfectly legally change their name. And of course the obvious Shakespeare quotations immediately brought to mind. I'm taking this week to head out and sniff the roses. Roses, the flower of romance, the heady scent, the beautiful colourful blooms, the carefully tended rose gardens of imperial palaces, or your grandpa's back garden. Used as a scent to attract your choice of mate, or as a flower for delicate sweets, or even as something to scent your bathwater with, for one of those indulgent evenings with lots of bubbles and a loofah. One would think that across the galaxy, wherever they're planted and cultivated, roses have thrived, further evolved, and you'd be right. A myriad of new scents of colours from across the rainbow, even a few colours you can't actually see, all designed to attract just the right kind of pollinator. Except one planet, one variety of rose. The rose which makes all the others smell even sweeter. The Agastinian corpse blossom rose. Agastani is one of those rare systems that has 2 Earth-like worlds. A Goldilocks zone that's big enough for 2 whole life-bearing worlds. Teeming with life and relatively unspoiled by humanity, there are populations planet-side, but they're nice ones that have not bothered with industrialization and run a mostly agrarian society. Lots of hippies, caftans, that sort of thing. The Agastinian corpse blossom rose is only found on Agastani A3. a terraformed world with accelerated evolution of its plant and animal life forms. It's here, after early colonization, that the settlers discovered a smell. In spring, you would normally expect the early blooms and fresh budding trees and flowers to evoke an emotional response of joy and the coming of summer. Not here. Here it makes you gag. Crack open a window on Agostani A3 and it makes hay fever seem like a birthday party. The Agostani corpse blossom rose has evolved to attract a unique pollinator from the planet, the necrophilic Agostanian wasp, whose entire life cycle revolves around an attraction to dead flesh. It's a carnivorous wasp, and thankfully, probably the only wasp in existence that doesn't actually bother humans. It doesn't like jam sandwiches. It can't even be bothered to interrupt your picnic. Which, on the face of it, makes it a rare all on its own. The corpse blossom rose has evolved in tandem with the wasp and its scent, somewhere between rotting protein, ammonia vapor, and something that smells suspiciously like a rugby club changing room. And it's evolved to attract this particular pollinator. It's so pungent that corporations throughout the galaxy harvest it. And in fact, it's so pungent that other insects stay well clear. It's fatal to everything that lands on it except the necrophilic wasp. And as such, it makes the galaxy's best insect repellent. Triaps traipse through the jungles of New Africa wearing this, and mosquito bites won't bother you. Hang some up near your food storage and no little weevils or flies, or in fact anything that will attempt to ruin your supplies. None of them will go anywhere near it, or even thieves. And of course, there are companies and corporations out there that use it for crowd control. And by control, we mean leave them on their knees, eyes watering, begging to be taken away to a nice cell somewhere where the air just smells as bad as the bucket in the corner. As it can only be found in its natural environment and can't be artificially cultivated, the only way we're going to find out more about it is down on the planet's surface. So, we found a part of the planet in the southern hemisphere that's undergoing what passes for spring, and we've headed out into the wild to see if we can find one to study. Yes, Steve, I'm wearing a mask. Look, here. I've got a spare. What's that smell? Well, just in case, I've covered it in something nice. Yes, that's my favorite perfume. Stop moaning. It was a Christmas present. Right. We've been told the best way to find one of these is to just lift and sniff, then head in the correct direction. Steve, Go stand over on that rock and let's see if we can triangulate its position. 1, 2, 3. And take a big lungful. I'm getting a faint whiff over in that direction. What about you? Oh, you've got a cold. Great. All right, well, we're heading in that way. Well, at least what my nose tells me is vaguely right. As we get closer, I can hear buzzing, a lot of buzzing. Oh, okay. My eyes are beginning to water. I mean, even with my perfume-soaked mask on, that's strong. Steve, what about you? You can't smell a thing. Oh, okay. Well, I think I can see one over there. Wow. Oh, okay. I did not expect that. This rose is beautiful. Its petals are sort of veiny and pink, but not in a nasty way. Yes, Steve. I've noticed that there's a lot of wasps. Look, if they're bothering you, just swat them away. They don't attack people. Oh God, the smell. I can't get near this rose. Steve, Why are there more wasps around you now? They're on me now. Okay, go away. I don't smell like someone's hamster died a week ago and no one noticed. I mean, buzz off. Okay, hang on. The wasps, they're attracted to corpses, right? Look, even their own corpses. Okay, hang on. Steve, put the SWAT down. Trust me. No. So seriously, just stand still. No. Do not get out the plasma pistol. Oh my God, now look what you've done. You've created a necrophilic wasp buffet. No, I don't know how to get them off you. What do you mean they're eating your socks? Oh God. Those are the same ones you wore on Sinuf XX-Y D8-3. That was a week ago. They're going up your trouser leg. Oh my God, Steve. You're revolting. I know the washing machine's been on the blink, but you brought spares, didn't you? Oh my God. This is Amelia Hawke beating a retreat from a wasp swarm that appears to think Steve's a zombie. Oh my God. Remind me when we get back that I need the washing machine fixed.
Poor Steve, mind you. From the sound of the end of it, sounds like he kind of deserved it.
Yep, he deserved every lick of that.
So cannibal necrophilia wasps is what I took from that.
Cannibal Well, they're not cannibal. I mean, technically they are, but they have to be dead first.
Yeah.
They're only
cannibals. They're only cannibals if they eat other wasps.
Yeah. But it's corpse flesh, any corpse flesh.
Yeah, but if they've flown up there, Steve's just going to wish that he's dead, I think.
We'll see how well he fares. I mean, it's okay. We clone Steve on a regular basis.
Yeah. Well, I hope you took the sample for cloning before that.
I must admit, looking at the...
Sorry.
No, looking at the images, I'm starting to wonder whether... the Dustybot has a little bit of a kink because it is getting more and more like a latex catsuit that you're wearing in these.
I know, right? He's developing some.
It's getting tighter and tighter.
To be fair, you do own a cat.
True, yeah.
That is true.
You have seen the flight suits in Elite Dangerous, yeah?
They don't leave a lot to be imagined, do they?
No, I wear a jacket. No. I don't know if you look.
That's
I mean, if
why
you look on
most
my
people
picture,
wear a jacket.
If you look on my picture up on the top left of all of us, you can see I'm wearing my jacket and
your mining jacket.
Yeah, it's
as you can see.
But the one with sniffing a rose through a mask is a lovely picture.
Sorry, say again.
The one of you sniffing a rose through the mask is a lovely.
Oh yeah, the masks are magic.
Everybody knows
magic is almost as good as the glass cockpits that Sinister Hedgehog can stick his head through, or something.
That's the one.
There's also a gravity-defying mooncake in it. I thought was quite amusing.
Didn't you know mooncake's gravity-defying?
Well, this is true. We kind of knew this.
She's actually sitting here on my lap right now, listening to you guys.
Hello, mooncake.
That's just not right, Gray. That is just not right.
Hello, mooncake.
At least I didn't offer to fix Amelia's washing machine with that voice. I think that could have gone very bad.
Fix mine if you like.
Not with that voice. I'm not Flossy. Nobody deserves that.
I think we've now descended to the point where we need to end the show. For the sanity of the remaining listener, I think we need to end the show.
I was going to say for legal reasons.
That too. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming. There will probably be a raid if we can find somebody to raid, so stick around for the credits. Good night, and for the mug.
For the mug!
Mug!
Journey too long, or cargo too small. Profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anywhere. Loading all the teen out to the brim with the rest for the more. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, everybody sing the trucker song. Flossy always seems to crash into the sun. Skibble lies the pilot on the Xbox One. Alvin at the frame, you know he leads us well. Trucking across the galaxy, now everybody out. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. For the more, for the more, for the more. You know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. So give me a large path that I can land on, and I'll give you cargo and sing you my song. No point 22 light years to go, cruising to no journey too long, no cargo too small. The profit margins never really mattered at all. We're gonna take the cargo where it's needed today. Super cruising all across the Milky Way. We're taking anything, anytime, anywhere. So shout it out loud, like you don't even care. For the more, for the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song. For the more, for the more, for the more. Yeah, you know just where we're coming from. For the more, for the more, for the more. Everybody sing the Hutton Truckers song.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the show. Everyone's buggered off now, so why don't you bugger off too?
Seamless.